What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Tales of the Gig number 5, the Joker's Clubhouse in Detroit. So this all takes place at roughly the end of 2014. It all kind of starts off with a good buddy of mine that goes back to just before 2000, Mr. Dave Newlin. He's a drummer and a vocalist, and mainly a drummer, but he's a multi-instrumentalist. He plays keyboards, he sings, he's put out CDs where he's played every note of everything on them. He gives me a call, and he's wondering if I could fill in for him on bass for a few gigs that he has. Says the three-piece band knows that I sing. He's got himself playing drums and singing and keyboards at the same time. Yeah, kind of crazy. Dave would actually play drums and keyboards at the same time. Anyways, gives me a call. He is sans bass player for the moment. I forget if his bass player quit or there was a falling out or if he just needed someone to fill in. Gives me a call because he needs a bass player. So he says he also has a guitar player that sings, wants to split it up into thirds as far as the vocal responsibility, me singing a third of the night, him singing a third of the night, and the guitar player, who I end up meeting later, who is Mr. Emery, the Animal, Perez, also sings as well too. So it's going to be him singing a third of the night. So over the phone, we go over a set list. We don't really need to rehearse. We're a bunch of old musicians who've been playing around the working cover scene since way too long. We come up with a set list that everybody knows enough material. And then from there, we ended up doing a few gigs as a three-piece. I ended up playing for a couple of different projects of Dave that were three pieces and a couple different projects of Animals as well too. I ended up playing for a little while, these little throw-together fill-in bands with three pieces, with Dave and Animal, and with just Animal and, a different drummer, and just Dave and another guitar player. Well, one time, I believe, and somebody will straighten me out with all this information, I'm sure, I believe it's Animal that got a call from Jeff Smith. Jeff Smith was a singer, and I've never met him before. Great guy, great singer, never seen him again since. We should hook up again sometimes, Jeff. That he was looking for a backup band. He had a gig, and apparently, I don't know exactly what happened with his band. His band backed out. So we got another throw-together gig with myself on bass, Dave Newlin on drums, Emery, the Animal, Perez on guitar, and now Jeff Smith. Turns out the gig is at the Joker's Clubhouse in Detroit. Yep, that's right. A biker clubhouse. And in Detroit, no less. And we're not talking, on the outskirts of Detroit in a suburb like Farmington Hills or Rochester Hills or even Redford or anything like that. No, in Detroit, south side of 8 Mile. Really rough neighborhood of Detroit. So anyways, I get the address of where we're supposed to go. I GPS it, going in. Oh yeah, it's one of the worst neighborhoods of Detroit. It's like when you look on YouTube for, a lot of those travel videos of people going through some of the worst parts of America. You'll find a lot of videos of people driving through Detroit where it looks like a war zone. Yep, this is where the clubhouse is. So I pull up, and I'm actually the first person in the band to arrive there. I usually am. Sorry. Guilty as charged. I'm just that guy. Anyways, I pull up to the front, and there's a biker doing security at the front door outside. Just kind of looks over at me and say, "Hey, I'm from the band." He says, "Oh, great, yeah. Pull around back over by the fence." Pull around back over by the fence. They meet me. They unlock the gate. I open up my van, go, "Okay, roughly where am I going to be?" He said, "We'll show you." And I go and start unloading my amp. He kind of grabs me, pulls aside. Whoa, hey, what you doing? Hey, gives me a pat on the back. Nah. We take care of you guys here. 4 or 5 bikers come out of the back, don't allow me to pick up any of my gear. They all grab my amp, my cabinet, my basses, my gig bag and everything. They lug it all in. They go towards the stage and they say, "What side are you going to be setting up on?" I think I'm going to be setting up on that side. They put everything on the stage for me. They don't let me touch any of my gear. Oh, all right. So the one guy comes over, shakes his hand, tells me his name. Sorry, it was about 6 years ago. I forgot your name, brother. Shakes my hand, says, welcome to the Jokers Clubhouse. You ever worked at a biker clubhouse before? I said, oh yeah, I've played some biker clubhouse before. It's like, well, the only way you'll ever have a problem here is if you create one. And, we love live music. We love musicians. So this is just before Halloween as well, too. So this is basically their Halloween party. And ironically, hey, I'm filming this right now on Halloween. How about that? Never noticed that till right now. Yeah, kind of odd. This was their Halloween bash. I don't think that it actually fell on Halloween night. Seldomly does Halloween actually fall on a Friday or a Saturday. But regardless, this was the night that the clubhouse chose to use their Halloween party. So anyways, they treat us magnificently. They don't take a penny from us for anything that we drink, anything we eat, anything like that. They take care of us. When I say they take care of us in every way, they take care of us. Absolutely fantastic. So when we're up there and we're playing, we're noticing a lot of other patches from bikers that are from different bike clubs. But they're just sitting there drinking. They're all cool. It's not unbelievably packed, but it's not unbelievably dead either. So we finished playing. It was a pretty good night. They took care of us. They treated us great. The president of the clubhouse comes over to us. Now, we agreed to do this gig. It was a 4-piece band for $400. The president of the clubhouse comes over to us, shakes our hand, tells us how much he appreciates us, how great he thought we were, and apologizes to us for the club being slow because there was a lot of other clubhouses that were doing their Halloween parties. So people were going from clubhouse to clubhouse, and it wasn't as busy as they anticipated or thought it should be. They thanked us up and down, shook our hands, and as I said, as a 4-piece, we agreed to do it for $400, $100 a guy, typical kind of pay that you can get for most local stuff around here. Gives us $600, pays us an extra $200 above what we quoted them for the gig. Kind of said, hey, you paid us a little too much. No, I didn't. You guys were worth it. Thanks a lot. Please come back. Okay, again, they allow us to take all the time we need to pack up, say that we can sit there and drink till the sun comes up or until they close the doors if we want to, and absolutely no charge for anything. They'll probably end up ordering pizza or something like that later, or whipping up some food. We're more than welcome to it. Just absolute top-notch treatment. And again, once it comes time for us to load our gear out, they let us pack it up because only we know how to pack it up. They don't let us touch any of our gear. They load every bit of our gear from out into the back of our vans, make sure we're good to go, give us a good tap on the top of the van, and then out we go. One of the main things to take from this story is that bikers get a bad rap most of the time. Most of the time, they just got a clubhouse. They're not involved in any illegal activity or anything like that. They're not gang banging. They actually do a lot of fundraisers for the community, and they're actually really cool people. Just don't mess with them. Don't do anything stupid with them. But you probably should have that frame of mind with anybody. Don't mess with anybody. Don't do anything stupid to anybody. They absolutely treated us like gold. And go figure, it was from bikers. Ooh, mean bikers. No, not mean bikers at all. Awesome people, were treated awesome. And I remember just before we were going to go and pull out, I said, hey man, I'll play back here again anytime. And it still stands. Don't be fooled by a lot of the stereotypes and everything else, especially if you're a musician. Bikers love themselves some good rock and roll. They'll be some of the most courteous guests you will ever have at any one of your shows, and especially if you are doing a gig for them. They'll be so unbelievably appreciative of what you're doing for them, and they'll take wonderful care of you. All right, that about does it for Tales of the Gig number 5, the Jokers Clubhouse, Detroit. Remember, everyone, please send me in your gig stories. I want to hear your gig stories, and I'll put them on the show. Absolutely. No question about it at all. Please send them to musiciangeek519@gmail.com with the subject Tales of the Gig. Thanks for checking out this video, everybody. Do what makes you happy.